Hello. Welcome back to Shadows of Nox. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight as we play another session of Call of Cthulhu, the Terror of the Ivory Throne. Tonight is session 10, which is Cabin Fever is what I have called it. I am Elizabeth. I am the keeper for this tale. Content warnings for tonight, same as always: blood, gore, human sacrifice, scary or horrific visions in your head, murder, occult practices, amnesia, being eaten alive. And since we're on the water, I have added drowning as a possibility. So tonight we're not going to do too big of a recap because everything that happened last session is probably going to come back up this session. Everybody is still kind of talking and sharing information. For the recap, I will say memories have started to come back for some people. Abernath had a moment with some Vegemite and toast, and Michael has been using the time to study his books. We are going to pick back up where we left off, but first we're going to meet all of our players. So we are going to start, Joe. How about we start there?
Hi, my name is Joe, also known as Clockwork Tuba. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube under the same name. Biggest thing to shout out lately is Subversion, the RPG I actually have a writing credit on, is now available in PDF form on Drive-Thru RPG, with a print-on-demand version to come soon once the proofs are double-checked. But yeah. Tonight I'm playing Barrett Fredericks, the impossibly tall man mountain who looks like he no good for, like, picture the bad. That's it right there in your head. That's it. His appearance stat is the lowest, almost the lowest possible in the game. Who is a sailor who just wants to help people.
All right, John.
Welcome, you poor unfortunate souls, to Call of Cthulhu. It's a pleasure to see you tonight on this Boo Cruise. I'm John McDonald. I am playing Abernath Quinn, who has never done anything wrong in their life ever, and anyone that says anything to the contrary is a dirty, dirty liar, including Vegemite on toast. There's a reason we have Marmite, people. There's a reason. I'm excited to play in this fun Sunday frolic. I also frolic as the GM on Wednesday nights. This upcoming Wednesday, I need to confer with Elizabeth on this, should be the Power Ranger Centurion, the first part of the Rise of Silver, which is with our new Silver Ranger, Ellie, who's the 6th Ranger of Power Rangers Centurion Infamy. And this will go back a little bit to deal with why the Rangers haven't met Goldar since they confronted him in the laser tag arena. And it's fun for all, especially Ellie, who's definitely not terrified of Goldar. And it's fun for me. Both Centurion episodes in July will be the first and second part of Rise of Silver, where you get to find out more about Ellie and a few very interesting things about both Jules and Centurion Ridge itself. So it's a very exciting time in Centurion Ridge. I'm also going to be GM for the upcoming Friday night stream starting in July called Summer School, which is going to be a delightful Walking Dead meets Glee creation. So there's going to be lots of singing, lots of dancing, and lots of zombies, which is everyone's favorite.
I didn't realize there was singing and dancing, but okay.
I didn't either. I think my schedule just changed.
Hold on. The prompt offered made you choose 2 music types. Do you think that was just for reasons?
I mean, I knew there was singing involved, so sorry, guys. You really can't.
Maybe my dad brain just overlooked.
For all the shit we give John, this is a you problem, not a John problem. Yeah. John communicated that clearly.
Yeah.
I will allow
and this is from the guy that the 2 guys that face palmed. Okay, when John started talking. Sorry, John.
Right. It's gonna be a kids on bike system, but
oh no. You are frozen and roboting.
For those of you playing along at home, John is currently zapping in his internet from the wild wastes of America. So eventually he'll come back, and then he'll hear us. But yes, there may be some Cthulhu is also sick of Aberneth's bullshit and is
Right.
therefore messing with John's internet.
Oh.
And then there you go.
Oh,
Okay.
there he is. He's
Let me-
back.
Oh, he's back. It's okay.
Let me
We're all
on.
good here.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
It was so cold. It was so cold. Oh God.
There we go.
Anyways, before I break the stream again, summer school is gonna be very exciting, and it'll be kids on bikes, but with creativity tokens alongside of adversity tokens. So it'll be a new fun way to prepare yourself for Halloween. We may or may not have a Michael Jackson Thriller lip sync for part of the big bad. We will see, but we're gonna have a good time. Shadows of Nox, it's always a good time for one and all.
Oh boy.
Andrew, what about you?
I don't know. My brain's still stuck on the whole singing and dancing thing that
Yeah, mine too.
I'm roped into. No, I am Andrew Bryant, also known as Roadkill in various gaming related circles. I am playing the master student who's probably never going to graduate at this point, named Michael Dotson. He is going to school to try to be a parapsychologist, which at this time in 1959, right?
Yep.
Means a complete mix of separate disciplines, and you're just supposed to mix them yourself. There's no real major for parapsychology, right? With that, psychology is a big part of it, and he's hoping he can utilize some of what he's learned to help everybody on the boat, so that they don't go too crazy on their way to South America, which some of us have definitely gone a bit more so than others and are probably too far gone. But I'm hoping.
I'm just
Why are you looking
saying,
at me when
you
you
say
say
this when you lost twice the amount of sanity that he lost last session.
I did, yes, but I still seem to be doing all right.
Yeah.
Technically,
Whatever.
I only
I'm not
started out with
insane
30,
at the
so
moment.
it's not like there's a lot of sanity there for me to have lost. I already
Right.
started out with very little.
Other than that, I do have a Call of Cthulhu game that I am running on Mondays with the normal Monday Dresden group. And that is going to be happening tomorrow. Echoes of the OSS, so it's Cthulhu meets espionage a little bit, is kind of the point. Takes place in 1945, so 14 years before the events of this craziness. But yeah, it should be fun times. I hope to see everyone there. And I can't wait to see what craziness we get into tonight.
Me too. Teslin, how about you? You're muted.
Either that or his character got really quiet.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He was sleeping a lot, so
We're
maybe he's
just-
got to drink some water before he's able to talk again.
We're just breaking everything tonight.
Right? Yeah.
Well, Teslin's too would like to join us and we haven't scared you away in the amazing games that we play, join the Discord. There's a casting call section. That's how they got stuck with me, as I kept on responding to every single casting call I saw and said yes.
Eventually,
keep on
Weasel was
doing that
waiting.
until they stop, inviting me to these things.
Okay. You should be able to hear me now.
Hello. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, Teslan Kieranhawk, also known as Tom Augustine in the real world. I am playing Theodore Zamis, a private investigator, soldier of fortune, friend of Charlie McGowan, who got involved with this group because there was something just not trustworthy with one of the original members of the group, Dr. Harold Gwitt. So I killed him and have taken his place in the party. So that is one thing I have over Abernath. I'm actually somebody who my character has actually killed somebody from the party already, which Abernath has not yet. He's just
I
killed.
don't know what you're talking about. Why are you looking at me that way? I haven't done any murder.
Okay.
Ollie was killed by Simeon. It's a canon established fact. Simeon killed Ollie and took his place. I had nothing to do with it.
As a
Barrett was
reminder,
there.
Shadow
Barrett
of
was
Nox.
there.
As a
Barrett will tell
reminder,
you the truth.
Shadow of Nox has a YouTube channel where you can see all the past episodes,
Yeah.
Including the answer to what happened to Ollie, which is the answer is, of course, Abernath.
Yeah, Simeon murdered him.
Yes.
Like it's canon.
Okay.
It's a
Well,
canon.
hey, this is my time.
At least he's not saying, he didn't kill him, the pillow killed him.
Okay.
At least we're not at that point, right?
That's fair. All right. So I'm in the Monday night game. I'm also GMing Tuesday night Shadowruns occasionally, which we will be this week. I haven't put a post up yet, but it will be up there very soon. About the games, and we're having some fun with Shadowrun. And I spend a lot of time writing and GMing Shadowrun at conventions. If you're at Gen Con, come into the Shadowrun room and say hi. But I think we are set for Theo to kind of stumble out of his room bleary-eyed a little bit after having taken a monster nap through the entire previous adventure, the previous session.
All right. Yeah, so before we jump in, everybody roll to see if you can recover luck if you want to. Also, don't forget to mark any rolls that you have passed. At the end of tonight's session, you will be able to increase those skills.
So close.
So I roll luck. I do the luck thing, and then if I get it, I'll be able to recover luck, right?
Yes.
Well, no, actually, if you fail luck, you actually recover it. If you fail this roll, you get to roll for recovering luck.
I thought if you passed it, you got to recover for luck.
No, I think
Yeah, because the lower luck gets, the easier it is to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But isn't there a way in the Roll20 to roll it so that it recognizes you're going for the reverse, I guess?
I think you are.
I thought we figured that out last time.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
but I don't get luck, but I think it looks like Barrett and Abernath. No, actually, no, Abernath doesn't. There's a special clause in there that says if you roll 92, you don't get luck.
I desperately needed it.
So.
You get your luck.
I desperately
2010, right?
And then you roll a d10, right, or something like that.
Yeah. Roll a d10.
Oh, 3?
2?
Just 3?
Could have been worse. Also, Theo, I need a sanity roll from you. Everybody else did theirs last session. So I do need a sanity roll from you.
And there's my 90 out of the way.
Oh. This is what happens.
Theo went nibbledy a little bit.
Yeah.
If you make fun of other people's 90 rolls, it happens to you immediately.
No, in this game,
Wow.
in Cthulhu games, I roll above 90 a lot. Okay.
Just roll a d6 to see how much sanity you lose for me, please.
5 or more. 5 or more. Yes.
All right. So while we get into the conversation that Barrett and Michael were having at the end of last session, as Theo kind of wakes up and kind of processes everything that happened, he has a little bit of a moment where he is kind of dealing with all of that. So when you roll 5 or more for sanity loss at a time, you basically get a temporary insanity. And it can be like bursting into tears, laughing uncontrollably, something like that, freezing, staring off into space. What does that look like for Theo?
1 second, I gotta check.
Yeah.
Okay, Theo is having what's known
else.
vernacular as not a good time right now. Okay, so you have something just a unconventional
emotional reaction. Probably bursting into tears.
So for like a few minutes after he wakes up, he just kind of bursts into tears and just kind of cries to himself for a little bit.
It's an overwhelming feeling that this is not one of those adventures that you come back from.
Yeah.
No, we're all gonna be heroes.
So while that is happening, we're going to pick back up with Barrett and Michael. So the floor is yours.
So, for those of you who did not watch last week's episode, where were you? We were here. We expected you. No,
Right.
but
We had a
Barrett-
seat reserved. Right.
I mean, it's how hard it is to get those front row seats, and you're just wasting.
Seriously.
Anyway,
How to make every seat in the front row. It's a weird setup.
yeah, we do stream in the round. All right, we're done. Sorry.
Exactly. You got to do Euclidean geometry, the whole bit. All right.
So
Anyways.
Barrett sat Michael down in his quarters and had a question for him, and basically saying that he needed his help figuring something out.
And we're in
the line ended
Michael's, right?
Yeah, we're in Michael's. No, we can be in Barrett. Okay, it depends. Do you not want Barrett to see the wall of crazy, or do you not care?
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Is John frozen like that?
I think.
Oh, no. Okay.
No. Okay.
He was, but intentionally.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, I'm fine with Barrett seeing the wall of crazy. I mean, it doesn't look crazy to me,
Yeah.
so I'm not necessarily worried about it. He does apologize because he doesn't think his room is as tidy as it should be, but
So he sat him down and basically said, I have a question for you. I need your help. And the last line of the stream was, I need to figure out what kind of monster I am.
yes.
Do you remember the altar that we found beneath the Mullins house?
Yes.
You know how I knew those runes, the runes of protection and containment that we saw?
Uh-huh.
Those were from my childhood home. Or at least similar things.
So those containment runes?
Yeah. My foster father had them carved over my bedpost and the loft I lived in.
Oh. Okay.
And he is fully pulling out, like, and is just casually tossing the broken bell back and forth in his hands.
Right.
So let me.
Michael would probably think to himself, yeah, okay, where was that gun and knife I brought aboard? Oh, right, now I don't have it.
So my foster father was a preacher. He found me on the church footsteps when I was a baby, and he was convinced I was some kind of monster.
Okay.
His wife made him take me in. I wasn't kept with the other kids, but I grew up learning that I was a monster, and I want to say rightly disbelieved that. I left home when I was about 16.
Mm-hmm.
And then 11 years later, I start blacking out and people start dying on the Bonnie Celeste.
How old were you when,
It would
so
be
18 plus 11, 29?
16. So 16 plus 11 is 27. He's 38 now. So there was 2 11-year gaps.
Okay.
He left home at 16, basically hopped on a ship. And then 11 years later, he finds himself on the Bonnie Celeste when the things go down that we know with Maximilian Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I started doubting.
Mm-hmm.
I had no memories. People were dying.
Right.
I woke up with this, and he gestures to the scar on his face.
Yeah. Which, based on the journal, was from someone attacking you with a knife, it seems.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So then I put it out of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And then this all starts again.
Yeah.
And So monsters are real, so I gotta know what kind I am. We don't have a spellcaster of our own. So if there's spells to control me or
I feel like
possess
he could
me,
roll psychology just by saying that to Michael, because I don't know how good of a poker face Michael has. Oh,
oh,
not very good. Not good enough, anyway.
hey, that's an extra dot for me. That's
Right. So yeah, Michael would be like, "Oh well, okay."
that was my Abernathy, your good friend line to Michael. I was not expecting that to pay off. I was just
Right,
expecting to
right.
say we don't have spellcasters of our own and make you feel a little bit bad about your secrets.
Right. But no, I'm sure Barrett at that point with Michael's like, yeah, right, like kind of hesitant response to that. There's a good chance after the books, at least, that
Yeah.
he's read that he's
Does
picked
does
up a
does
couple.
Michael try to casually move the books to the side and ends up like knocking over a tower of them?
He would glance at them,
Okay.
but he wouldn't like try to casually hide them or anything. Uh, well, I'm sure I'd be able to help in some way. I have been reading a lot of these books,
Uh,
various tomes, and learned a lot already.
Barrett pats around in his pockets and
Michael
procures.
gets a little uneasy, thinking it's a
Yep.
weapon.
Nope, not a weapon. He pulls out a slip of paper,
Uh-huh.
and in quite possibly the saddest thing you could think of, it
Mhm.
is just a list of things like blood equals red, cold
Mhm.
iron nothing, silver nothing, like uh
You were testing yourself.
yeah, like he's basically, it's like the
Mhm.
random things you could think of through like mythology and folklore of just, you know, you know, full moon, nothing. Like Barrett has a 30 in occult. He's getting up there, but that's only from like smacking headfirst into the occult. He's not really good on the research thing.
Mhm.
So like it is literally just like him trying to figure out things. He uh like towards the end, one of the last lines is sigil tattoo, didn't need to cut it off, does not burn, is fine on skin, no bad
Mhm.
dreams. um so like it's basically it's a random list of just anything he can possibly think of, and he's like, I
Yeah.
don't know what you need from me, and I'd ask you not tell the others, at least not until we figure out what I am and know I can be controlled and not hurt them. But this is why I throw myself ahead of everyone else when danger happens. I'm fighting fire with fire here because at the
Yeah.
worst case, a
I
monster gets
understand that.
defeated.
I understand that. I mean, in all honesty, you're not the only one in the group that might not know exactly who they are. Um, I think might have mentioned it in passing a couple times, but I died one time before. The fact that I'm not dead right now is still something that's a bit of a mystery to me. Like, let's see. Let me try to do the math here real quick. Did I write down what year it was? No. I think it was about 12 years ago, if I remember right. I was taking pictures out on like the a walk in on a mountain and fell, and I was discovered a couple days later, pretty much dead. Um, they were able to treat some of the wounds and everything, but eventually that was it as far as my memory goes. Then a couple days later, uh, I woke with my aunt there, helping me with. She had a flask from some sort of 13th century flask, and I learned that yesterday, considering the time when I woke up, that the day before rather, was my funeral, and my family already said goodbye to me and everything. So, as far as I know, I'm still me. I'm still a person, but I don't know how I'm alive right now. So, after that is one of the reasons I've been interested in the paranormal and trying to figure everything out, right?
Barrett will like hand on shoulder, very earnestly look you in the eyes and be like, "You're one of the smartest men I know, Michael. If anyone can figure this out, you can. And if you need help, let me know."
I will. I will say, when it comes to reading this, and he'll gesture to the books and looking through everything here, it's not something I would suggest anybody to do. It's very easy to kind of lose yourself amongst all this and lose touch with anything you might even conceive to be reality. But I mean, I guess I don't really worry about myself in the similar notion that you don't worry about yourself. Like, I feel like I've already been affected by it, right? I'm already, I guess, in a way, a bit of a lost cause. So,
With that, I think with that line in the earlier psychology roll, I think Barrett looks around the room and kind of freshly takes in the wall of crazy and the stack of books and everything like that. And it's just like, do you want me to show you some knots?
some knots.
Let's spend the day working on the rigging. Come on. Get you out of this.
Yeah, it'd probably be good to get my mind off of this.
Yeah.
Before we do go, though, I do, since I mentioned it, Michael will reach into his kind of like, I'm assuming he's still wearing a jacket even though we're on a boat, right? It's still cold on a boat in this day and age. He would pull out of his jacket an old ceramic flask. It's like, this is the same flask that, as far as I know, is the reason I'm still alive. And like, he opens it and everything, and like, and there's nothing in it. Nothing comes out. It's just a flask. But if I learned a bit of a Latin phrase that if I say it and then drink from this, it somehow has something in it. That the moment I'm done drinking it, it's gone. The flask goes back to being bone dry. But I feel like if I don't do that every once in a while, I might just go back to being dead. I don't know. Oh, and he puts the flask back in his coat. But thankfully, I haven't become anything yet. Oh.
If you trust me with it, I'd like to learn the phrase in case I find you dead with the flask and you didn't re-up yourself in time.
I could probably teach you. I mean, in theory, anybody could do it. You could do it potentially, as far as you could say the phrase and drink.
At that point, Barrett claps you on both shoulders and looks at your face with probably the most puppy dog Barrett has ever gotten in his entire life, and just simply says, "The world doesn't need more monsters in it. Come on, let's go show you the ropes.
Fair.
Literally, yeah. Come on." Basically, he just full on pushes you out of your room, gets you away from the books for a bit, and then heads up to the rig.
Yeah, let's work on some knots. Oh, also, I've been reading one of my books from college on psychology a bit more, trying to brush up on a lot of it, because I think if we can all sit down at one point as a group and I guess kind of have a little group therapy session, that might be helpful to some of us to work through everything we've been dealing with.
I think when you say that, Barrett flashes back to eating in the galley yesterday and letting like Charlie stab his arm with a fork in order to like get some frustration out, and it's like, I don't know if that's going to be a good idea, but we can look into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I figure we'll try it once. If it goes absolutely horribly, we'll completely forget that idea. But I'm hoping that we can keep everybody together as much as possible so that we can stop whatever this this group seems to want to do in South America.
The journal did say that the 6 were important.
Right. And I'm pretty sure we're the 6. Although
I
I'm
mean,
not.
we gotta hope it wasn't freaking Harold, because he's not on the boat.
That is one thing. I'm also
Speaking
curious.
of which, did you ever get
what
those pictures
happened.
developed for Theo?
Yeah. Which ones?
Because we were going to take pictures of. I think everyone was going to get pictures taken, but like because you had the supernatural solution, we were going to take pictures of Theo to make sure he's not like a.
Yeah.
No, I'm the only monster in disguise allowed on the boat.
I believe I did at that point, right? Does everybody look pretty much the same? Nothing odd for those pictures?
Yeah, everybody in your group currently, the 6 of you, look normal.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I'm just saying this now. Those 6 pictures are the pictures that are in the background of the end credits as the episodes close on our TV show.
Right.
It's just those pictures basically like flashing back and forth of like different annoyed or gleeful Abernath faces in the background.
Yeah.
I'm just in every picture, even ones I wasn't there for, just in the background somewhere.
And you're slowly getting closer.
Yeah,
right.
And just the smile gets
Variants
lighter
of clown
every time
makeup,
until it's just me.
I know which one we're referencing here.
Yeah, it's like that.
But yeah, those pictures seem good. There is a picture that I took that's worrying me, though. I took one of the room with the exhibit from the Wax Museum right after we all woke up, and that picture definitely had something a bit odd with it. Let me see if I remember correctly. I don't know if I can go back and see.
Also, Abernath was laughing inside of me when you said, "I'm the only monster on this boat."
Yeah.
Abernath is like full on laughing in my ear. He's like, "Oh, sweetie."
I have a feeling that at this point we have at least 3 amongst us.
Full
that
on.
I mean, I've never done anything
oddities in one way or another.
smothering people and burning down buildings. I mean, that's all I've done.
Full on. Half the things Barrett says are just meant to be like an "oh, that was sad" thing. I'm just trying to find like the saddest things I can say as his character.
But yeah, if I remember right, Isabeth, that picture had essentially where all of us were standing when it happened had like energy silhouettes, so to speak, of each of us.
Correct. So there were energy silhouettes, but you don't know if you assume it was you.
Or right.
Yeah. You
they were
assume
just
that it was
where
you.
we were standing. Yeah.
Correct.
But yeah, I'll relay that to Barrett. And with that, if those are us, then this group already has some. Maybe that's how they have some connection to the 6 of us. However that works out. Or maybe whatever those silhouettes are, if there's some sort of, I don't know, energy beings, maybe those are the 6 they're referring to and not us. It's more questions than I think anybody's mind should be really plagued with. I have yet to find answers for that, but I am looking into it.
Yeah. Don't put this all on yourself.
Well, I do have the book.
Best, you're the best researcher
from that house with the shrine that had those similar sigils, so I can read a bit more on that and figure out, if that might have anything to play. Let's see. Could I do a Cthulhu Mythos roll to? Because like me as a player, I have an idea of what Barrett's essentially referencing. But do you want me to do a Cthulhu Mythos roll to
Sure.
see for it? Okay. See how that is. Oh.
Oh,
Alright.
a little bit of failure.
Apparently, at this moment, no, I'm not.
Your head is so full of all
Yeah.
of these books that you've been reading, and you've been like
Yeah.
studying spells. Like you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have the capacity to really
Yeah,
figure out
yeah.
any other weird right
The
now.
scholar's course, I'm sure, is wearing off quite a bit at this point.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of
will
a sugar
say,
crash.
just to make sure that we're all playing, good pool. Is this the first that I've heard of the picture, and or do I need to make a sanity roll for it?
I don't remember if you showed them the pictures.
I don't think I have yet.
I don't think that you have either. So
Yeah.
I would say definitely roll a sanity check,
Yeah.
please.
Fuck, I'm fine.
Good.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
think if
you're
I showed
good.
you the picture, it would have been a harder roll, right? But I'm just
Hey,
mentioning it. Or
You showed me the picture, and I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. I'm a monster. This is probably just me fucking with your photo. Don't worry about it.
Right. But yeah, I'll keep looking into everything. And of course, with transparency, I do already know some spells at this point. So far, they're all ones that I'm kind of picking and choosing from these books with the best intention of helping all of us try to survive this. So
Barrett looks around to see if anyone else is nearby and says, I mean, Harold's not with us, but he shot the first spellcaster on sight. The rest of the group will probably be jumpy. I won't out this for you, but I ask you not keep it a secret if it becomes something pertinent.
Yeah, and I don't intend on keeping it a secret. Until the past series of weeks, I knew one, and that was the one with that flask that I thought was keeping me alive. Now I've picked up quite a bit more, but all things in hopes that we can stop what we're going to deal with. So it's a touchy thing, what we're dealing with.
And despite the best thing for your character to be learn more spells, screw it, we're going to learn nautical stuff.
Right.
To the ropes!
Right. The ropes!
All right.
I will say I do have... I looked up what poisons we might run into in South America, and I tried my best to track down antitoxins for them. I still have no idea how well that went, but...
Okay.
But I tried to prepare us for basic medical things too, because it seems like I'm the closest thing to a doctor we have in our group as well.
Give me a medical roll, and we'll see.
All right. Ooh, hard success.
Yeah, you were able to track down antitoxins for most of the things that you think that you guys are most likely to come in contact with, as well as a couple of more rare things just to be on the safe side. So you guys should be covered as far as any kind of poisons that you may come in contact with. There's a lot of
fauna and, that's poisonous or has toxin to it, and as well as creatures, spiders, that sort of thing. So
right. Yes, Abernathy?
Snakes.
I have an unrelated question. Have you told us that you got these poisons, and have you told us maybe where you've located them?
I haven't.
Antitoxins.
Oh, anti. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they're all stuff to heal against the things.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
but I haven't mentioned it to anyone really.
Oh, okay. I mean, that might just be something to just let us know, just like over breakfast, or something.
And then
I'll
make sure to leave
those
antitoxins unguarded for the next 48 hours. Just
right.
to be on the safe side.
My plan is to reveal those when the time is needed.
Well, I mean, that could be at any time,
It could be. It could be. Right? Let's just hope we don't get separated when we're in South.
Yeah, that would be so incredibly unfortunate. You
Oh,
know,
extremely.
if those antitoxins just ended up falling off board at the pier, you know, that would just be sad.
Yeah,
I would
let's
be
not have that happen.
so
That's why I
sad.
keep things locked up where I can. Anyways,
Yeah.
what is the roll for knots?
Yes.
Let's roll some knots here.
Yeah, I mean, how do you survival C we can do?
Survival is.
I got pilot,
that
naval
a
ship,
thing?
navigate.
Row track.
Chat, if you would like me to discover the anti-poisons and where they are in the boat,
He's not.
please react now in
No.
the comments section.
Chat, don't. You can react all you want, but
no.
he's keeping it secret for now.
Yep, I have not told anyone. I've only mentioned it to Bear, and I've yet to tell anyone where they are. So.
I mean, Barrett can find them, but that's because Barrett is a fucking bloodhound. That's beside the point. Barrett is not going to do that.
You have. Let me see. I would say. Let's see. You don't have that.
Survival is skill.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, you don't have the survival skill. Okay. Let me ask this. You're teaching him how to tie the knots, is that correct? Like you're like actually showing him how to do this. Okay. So you're not going to do the roll for it because he's teaching you. So at the end of the session, for survival C, you will be able to add that to your list and you'll roll like a D6 and you'll be able to put skills into it, or you'll be able to put points into it. Unless there's another better skill you could think of besides survival C that you think the points would be better served in. But it would need to be something nautical.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely put points towards survival in that sense.
Okay.
I would think.
Okay.
Based on what I have. Yeah, probably.
So yeah, you guys will spend the day. Barrett will teach you how to do all of that, and then at the end of the session, you can do a D6 and add that to the skills.
I mean, the main purpose of this is getting Michael away from the books for a bit and let his head clear.
Yeah, that's very appreciated. Thank you. With Michael's first aid skill, there might be a couple knots that he has base knowledge of, but
that's true.
That's about the best.
Yeah.
Survival.
So while you guys are doing that, what is Abernath doing?
It's funny you should ask that question.
God. I'm already regretting
last we were together, I was given a sleeping pill by Forcible. Well, not Forcible means I was, talking to Vegemite at the time. I was given a sleeping pill, and I was given a nice little power nap, which gave me a little bit of clarity in my brain. It's nice, really. You should try a power nap next time you want some clarity. I woke up unsure of the promise that was made to me at the ball that didn't happen, feast, dance, whatever it was in Monrovia, as it were. Yeah, where the guy that is also a traitor told me to play nice. And so it would be really, really nice if I could get in contact with Dr. Panarovian. And so I have this book that I got from the librarian that was so nice, whose building I definitely didn't burn down. I want to make that perfectly clear. I definitely didn't shove a Molotov cocktail through his mail slot.
Sure.
Yeah, and so it might be, bound in human skin, but it's still a book, and I'm hoping, it'll give me a way to, either send some mail to the good doctor, or, maybe, open some sort of non-magical portal so I can just check in and say hi and see if there's a better way to get back to him, or so I just want to flip through this book made of human skin, that's all.
So okay, hold on. It's not something that you would be able to immediately do. This is one of those circumstances where you would actually have to spend time studying the book, and then you'd actually have to do a hard or an extreme roll to see if you could even do the thing to like contact this person, because technically it would be a spell.
Oh, okay. I mean, I still, if I read the book and I find a way, that's, people seemed a little freaked out by my encounter with the Vegemite Ollie trying to wrongly assume that I had murdered him, like smothering with the pillow is murder or something. So, like, if I can just flip through the book with the human skin cover, because it is technically a Dathian, and that is what I'm concerned with at this point in time. I don't really care about Ryan Tagath or Ryan Tagasling or whatever the hell his name is.
Wow. See, now if any of us get eaten by that, that's going to be my mental picture.
Yeah, I know.
Ryan Tagasling is an elder one.
By the way, speaking of the Ollie toast, I forgot a very, very important thing. Teslin, you weren't here. I called dibs on being a floating toast apparition as my next character. If Barrett dies. So I just want to make sure that's out there. I got dibs.
Oh, I forgot about that one. All right.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I call dibs on killing Abernath when it becomes necessary.
Barrett would never kill Abernath. Abernath's Barrett's best friend.
Yeah,
I will-
Barrett's
Yeah,
my
this is
best friend.
dangerous.
Barrett would want to keep me safe. Are you
I
sure
will
you could have that on your
share-
conscience?
I will share that book with you, and then you can spend time studying it, and at some point you will be able to attempt to contact, whether it be I'll figure it out. There'll be a spell on there that you will be able to learn to be able to try to contact this person.
Yay. I just want to make sure that I'm not depending on Millionaire Jones, because he's not very trustworthy. He's also a traitor in my mind. And so it'd be easier just to go back to the source. It's like being back in the army, that kind of thing.
I do feel like this is a good spot to remind everyone that spells don't always work the way you think they will in this game. Even if you pass your roll, even if you get a 1, you may not get out of it what you were expecting to get out of it, because magic is magic.
Mm-hmm.
But something
So,
fun will happen.
what I'm
is
hearing
the important
is-
thing I'm hearing.
We can't always get what we want, but if we try sometimes, we just might find we get what we need.
Maybe not what we need, but
I mean, Tom
But
got
more
it. Thank you, Tom.
importantly, I might turn
I
all
got
the
it,
crew
I
into
got
Cthulhu.
Yeah, you got an extra edge coming to you next Shadowrun game for that one.
right.
You didn't have to
I think
reach
what
for
is
that
it,
one.
it's
You
a-
just kind of.
Right.
All I'm saying is, even
Reality
if you
is subjective.
succeed, yeah, something will happen, and that's all I'm saying.
Oh,
It might not be
man.
apparent what happens. You might not see what happens.
Exactly.
Something.
It may be completely
Okay.
different than what your intent was, but something will happen.
You might
So
find
I just
yourself
want to throw that out there.
in a beautiful
I like my
house.
odds, though. I have been nothing but
All the
kind
days
and
gone by.
Welcome
courteous
to
and
our
honest
stream where
within
all we do is
confines of the game.
random songs.
So
Yes.
I believe good things are coming to me. Good things, because I've been a good person in this game.
Yeah, you certainly have been, Abernath.
Okay.
Sure, you believe that.
Um,
I will say this. If anyone has had a more than a 5-minute conversation with me and hasn't realized that my brain is a jukebox, just vomit machine of if you say something even vaguely resembling a lyric, I cannot stop myself from finishing it, then I don't know what to help you with. You're not paying attention.
all right. So Abernath is studying the human skin book that he stole, or he acquired.
I
What is
acquired through legal means that didn't involve burning down a bookstore.
Technically, if there's a receipt of sale, it's gone now anyway, so
Exactly.
there's no
Yeah.
proof.
so? We're just gonna go with acquire. What is Theo doing?
Okay. So Theo once he's got himself under control again, we'll get out onto the deck And just do a walk around the area we're allowed to, where we won't be getting in trouble with the crew or getting in the way.
Okay.
And just that look around, take in everything, and then he would probably, wait a little bit and get the when the captain has a chance, ask if he can get the whip out to practice it.
Okay.
And that would be because he doesn't really have any interest in knots. He doesn't quite feel. He wants to talk to Charlie before he has any more dealings with Abernath.
Are you awake and walking around right now?
Yeah.
Do you see us working on knots?
Yeah, I would have walked around the ship and seen you guys worked around knots. So he didn't really have an interest in that. So he's trying to teach himself the whip. Or
I think Michael might try to wave him down as he walks by, though.
okay.
Hey,
He takes a drink from a flask. Hey, how you guys doing? All right.
Do you just wake up a little bit ago, or?
Yeah, no. After there's still some lingering stuff from from what I went through with Harold's goons.
Gotcha. Well,
you guys.
Well, I believe everyone else is asleep right now. I think it's just me and Barrett kind of burning the midnight oil, so to speak.
How's Charlie doing?
She's doing okay, dealing with a pretty bad sunburn at the moment. And last I knew, she's. He looks over at Barrett, is like, she's sleeping right now.
Yeah.
Right. I know you've been helping me kind of take care of her or whatnot.
When I would check on her, she was sleeping.
Okay. Yeah. Me and Dr. Burns helped her with the sunburn as best we could. As far as I understood, Barrett was helping what he could as well. But yeah.
So wait, just how much of her body was hit with the sunburn?
It seems like a total kind of sunburn thing.
Dang.
But I don't know.
I missed her in a bathing suit.
Absolutely everything.
I missed her in a bathing suit. Dang.
I don't remember her in a bathing suit.
No, I think it was just all exposed skin from what she would normally be wearing.
Oh,
it was just,
okay.
Baked too.
But I mean, it's everywhere that was. Yeah.
Speaking of which, is Michael protecting himself at all from the sun, considering you went from London to locking yourself in a room for like a couple of weeks?
Right. Well, I mean, it's nighttime, right? I don't need to worry about that right now.
It's dusk at the moment, yeah.
So not right now.
He
might have a like a long jacket and a hat if he needs it, but
yeah, she hasn't spent any time in she hadn't spent any time this close to the equator. Doesn't realize how bright the sun gets.
Yeah. She wasn't enough pain that she asked for an entire bottle of booze, though.
Well, okay, that
hopefully.
So
it's not unprecedented.
I had a thought about that, and I have to ask what Michael actually asked for. Did he ask for, can I get an entire bottle of booze? You will not get this bottle of booze back from the sailor? Or did he ask for, my friend would like some whiskey? And does Baird have to go behind and be like, I'll cover your shift, man. I know you're supposed to get that bottle back, but it's gone now.
He was given a full bottle that had like maybe a shot out of it, and they knew they weren't going to get it back.
All right, understood. I just want to know if Baird had to be working like double shifts to like cover for, I know they're weird. we're all going through some shit. It's fine.
Right.
Just I'll work some of your shit work so you don't have to do this.
Well, no, let's see. If she went through an entire bottle, she's been sleeping.
I don't know if she went through the entire thing or not.
She went through the entire thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, she's yeah,
Of course she did.
okay, that's going to be a special time. I think it's Aberneth's turn to take care of her.
Aberneth's also going through his own thing at the moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Aberneth's been talking to Toast recently.
He's been
So I don't know how well he's doing. at the moment.
talking to Toast,
Yeah, I think he was singing to it at one point, if I remember right.
serenading Toast.
Not
Well,
sure though.
I think the more concerning the part was that to at least Aberneth, the Toast was talking back.
Right. That's the main thing.
I love toast.
Yeah, Toast.
But speaking of that, what's your opinion on therapy in general, like psychotherapy?
Psycho. Oh yeah, that stuff. You mean talking about your mom and what she did to you and all that stuff?
Well,
Oh man, it is
traumatic
that 50s.
experiences, whatever those may be.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
that's okay. I mean, talking about traumatic experiences, stuff that went wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You do that.
Yeah.
You do that every week, at least a couple
Right.
times. You go to the pub.
I mean,
you talk to your mates.
Yeah, that honestly, I could easily see that as a form of therapy.
You
Not a
get,
very well organized one, but
yeah. You get drunk. You if you're lucky, you pick up one of the barmaids. You go home. You go back with her. You hopefully are not too drunk that you don't make a proper showing of yourself. And the next day things are better.
Michael kind of looks over at Barrett, like, is this the common experience? And okay, because it hasn't been my experience either. But I guess I haven't been.
I think you guys are going to the wrong bars. You guys are going to the wrong pubs.
So that's
that's wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, so what I'm thinking, because
Barrett
we're
looks
all
on
going
an appearance
through...
25 and is like, yeah, that's the problem here.
Because we've all gone through a lot recently, I've been thinking that we could all get together at some point during this voyage and do essentially like a group therapy thing. So very similar to, I guess, you go into the pub, just there might not be drinks involved. I'm not saying I would restrict them. I would just,
Okay, so we can bring drinks.
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to prevent anybody from bringing what they feel, they might need or is comfortable with. But depending on how good, progress we make, it'd be better if we didn't have drinks.
And there's no darts involved?
Well, at the very
just
least,
talking.
We should have a planning session where we talk about
Exactly.
what we're doing with the South America. Besides,
Yes.
get them.
That I agree with, yes, because
Yes.
you guys have been existing with a get 'em planning up till this point, haven't you?
I haven't been really existing with a plan. I've just been going with the moment a lot, trying to figure out what is even going on.
Things have been happening more to us than we've been proactively doing things.
Yeah, this is kind of the first time we've been really this proactive with it. I'm doing what I can to try to figure that out. So.
Okay.
Nuts.
No, I'm good. I'm got to get the whip. I'm still pretty pathetic with it.
What's your plan with the whip?
Well, it's one weapon I haven't learned how to use yet. and
Oh.
it can be incredibly useful.
Mhm.
And for multiple uses, it can be. I've seen it flail the skin off somebody. Something perfect.
Yeah,
With
they
a
can
true
definitely do
master
some
behind
damage.
it. The other thing is, it's a range. It's a range hand to hand weapon that people tend to disregard. They think it's the thing that lion tamers use.
Well, yeah, they not many people are experienced in how to use them, from my
Yeah.
understanding. But
Yeah. Plus, just plus the fact is that uh, in the right setting, you can crack the whip, have it wrap around a woman's midsection, and then you've got something to reel her in.
that doesn't seem like a consensual way of taking a
Well,
hold.
hey, no. Listen, if she's not interested, I'll be able to tell from her eyes and just, catch and release situation there.
Okay.
But if you get the right one that's interested, it works. And plus, it will make steam come out of Katie's ears.
Charlie.
It would also make steam come out of Katie's ears too.
Tom, you got a bit more subtext, less text.
You mentioned this is one of the few weapons you're not experienced with.
Yeah, I've used it. They haven't used it that much.
Would you be able to train anybody on how to use any of the other weapons?
Yeah, I taught Charlie how to use her knife.
Okay, that would explain why she's quick to stab everybody, I guess.
No, that's just Charlie. I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, that's
just
Charlie.
her? Okay.
She was, even when she couldn't use it, she was quick to stab people.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Well,
in her defense, she just needed a little bit of like, okay, you want to hold it this way rather than this way because it's real easy to knock it out.
Yeah, probably a lot of natural talent there, right?
Fire.
Well, I did get myself a handgun. Sadly, it's locked up. Otherwise, I would like to at least try to learn that a little bit more. But
well, that's easy enough.
Yeah, they'll give it to you for if you want to like train with it.
Yeah,
they'll just lock it back up when you're done.
Right.
But here, and I pull a stick out of my pocket and toss it to him. Try and stab me. Well, I mean, it's not going to hurt, but use it like it's a knife.
Hold on. I'm going to roll dexterity real quick.
Yeah.
I do not catch the stick.
Oh my god.
Amazing. And I know we're not a Power Ranger game, but I'd like to give you a story point for that.
Also, for those of you playing along at home, John is slowly, in basically every chat we have available, asking for the antitoxin to show up at the
therapy.
the therapy bonding session for reasons.
Like if we just do a trust fall with the antitoxin, that's all I'm asking.
No. I'm sorry. Was I supposed to catch that stick? Hold on. Let me.
Well, no. You bounced it up in the air, and I snagged out and grabbed it out of the air.
All right. It didn't go overboard. I almost thought it did.
No.
All right.
I hand it to him now. Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Try and stab me.
It's a stick.
Yeah, just try and hit. Tell you what. Oh yeah, but you're not going to stab me with it.
I'm going to poke him with it.
Try and poke me with. Yeah, try you. You're going to poke. Okay.
Yeah, in hopes that he's distracted enough, right?
Yeah. So that would be a brawling roll.
Right. Yeah. All right. Brawl. Okay.
Hey! I gave you some points in there. Here.
Right. Yeah. You taught me how to punch without having my thumb in the hand part. That's bad. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay, that was good. That would have hit me if I hadn't you decided to not be there.
I feel that's how dodging is normally supposed to work. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay, no.
Well, I
All
was
right.
hoping I caught you off guard. That's probably about the best chance I'm going to have with anybody. But
That's fair. Yeah, if you were sneaking up behind somebody, you would have had a shot. Okay, yeah, you just need to practice with it. It's just
mhm. I mean, Barrett's been teaching me how to throw a punch a bit better. Like, kind of squeeze, lock up the wrist. Don't, that whole thing.
punch through, all the fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Yes, I'm getting there.
That's the basics. Yeah, you just got to practice a little bit, practice some each day, and work at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really, all we got is time on this boat.
Right.
Right.
Yep. And now I've given you a dot next to brawl.
Actually, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I should put a dot next to that one. All right.
I think you should try with the antitoxins next, personally.
That's
I know I'm not there.
All right, just stabbing somebody with antitoxin does nothing.
Yeah, no, that's
I mean,
not
it
gonna work.
breaks
no
the
talk.
thing the antitoxin isn't in this day and age.
Okay, I gotta actually looking around. Is Aberneth always like that? This is just us.
Talking to Toast, or like
talking to Toast is new,
what? Right.
but
yes, that's new.
it's clear he saw something wrong in the
Yeah.
war. Didn't come quite out of it.
Yeah,
right way.
he's keeps mentioning it as the Great War, which, as we all know, is World War One.
Yeah.
Based on the time and his age, he likely served in World War II.
Yep.
But honestly, I've been questioning what he's seen as that. I'm wondering if he thinks it was World War One he served in.
Well,
I
he still
don't know.
has his throat.
Right.
So
And I also
most guys who came back from World War
don't
One
know if
didn't
he
have
served
it.
in the war at all. I mean, he might have, but yeah, I don't know. It could all be some sort of latent trauma. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, so I just read about it in books, really.
With this group at the end of this trip, you might be.
Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well,
I mean-
I'll be certifiable in some way.
With the fact that I keep on randomly scoring good on my psychology checks, I might be.
Right.
There it might be. He mentioned some medical things in the past. He mentioned a doctor he needed to get into contact with.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and there's a good. We don't know, honestly. We're all like, you have met. Aside from Charlie, you've known the rest of us 2 days less than we've known each other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're all
That's fair. And I was
pretty
watching.
much strangers here.
Yeah. Well, I was watching you guys for those 2 days, anyways.
So you know us longer than we've known you, and then known each other.
You may be the first stalker that I know of that I've had.
No. Stalker. I have a PI license. That means I'm not a stalker.
He's your professional stalker.
Right.
Professional
You get paid
investigator.
to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie. Charlie's paying me. Well, I don't know. I don't know now. It's kind of gotten.
It's gotten muddied, right? Like a
Well,
lot
things
of
are.
things recently.
Yeah, things are weird.
I mean,
Well,
I will say this: if all that you cared about was the money, you showed up with the biggest pile of money any of us have ever seen.
This is true.
I don't
Although
know.
that was Harold's money, right?
It was money, brand money. It was whoever was holding that bag had the money.
And that's fair.
I couldn't leave Charlie hanging like that.
So then, yeah,
Oh.
it's not about the pay.
No, it's not about the pay.
Yeah.
But the fact that she was paying me stopped me from being a stalker. Because yeah, following her around like that, that's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And not right. And
Yeah.
I beat up the last guy that did. So you're right.
Yeah, that's a creepy thing to do. I mean, I'm a self-labeled parapsychologist, so whatever that means at this point.
All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and take our break here, and then Katie should be able to join us either while we're on break or right after we get back from break, and then we'll be able to get into stuff with her. But this seems like a good spot to just kind of take a quick 5-10 minute break. So
Awesome.
we will be back in just a little bit.
All right. Thanks for sticking around, folks.
Technically, I didn't burn those buildings down. The fires did. I had nothing to do with
You
those.
And
started
there it is.
A whole 3 fires.
On that note,
Guns don't kill people. Can't people kill people?
welcome,
the same
Katie.
argument.
Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character, please.
Hi, I am Katie. I am known as Dungeon Mistress Katie in all of the internet places and spaces. I have been in rehearsal all day, so I'm tired. But I'm here, and you can find me here on Sundays and Wednesdays, some Wednesdays, not this Wednesday, but other Wednesdays, as the Yellow Ranger and Centurion Ridge Power Rangers. Power Rangers Centurion, whatever we're calling that. I am tired. And
You're the one that has Quentin's coin.
I do have
Yes.
Quincy's coin. Quincy, as I like to call him. We're tight like that. Anyway, yeah, and on Tuesdays and Saturdays, you can find me over on D and Denial playing Shadowrun and D&D respectively. All of my characters are stabby and full of murder. So that's Charlie, and I'm playing Charlie McGowan in this one. She is a very stabby, tiny bundle of stabbiness with no self-preservation whatsoever. And currently, she is covered in gross, dried oatmeal, and she is burnt to a crisp. And she's drunk as fuck. She's probably hungover right now, but she's definitely like she's
Might still be drunk.
She's probably
Right.
still drunk.
Might
yeah,
be that drunk. Yeah.
she really was like, I need the bottle, and the bottle was about this, like more than the size of her head. So
I think it was a full fifth. Yeah.
yeah. So that's me. Hi.
So yes, last session, you basically spent the session in a bath, an oatmeal bath, because you were badly sunburned. You also were given a bottle of whiskey, which you drank until you passed out. And Barrett wrapped you in a towel, put you in bed, cleaned up the bathtub. And we're actually going to start with you passed out in bed. As you kind of start to wake up, you kind of have this dream moment where you were at your desk at the newspaper. What does a typical day at the newspaper for Charlie kind of look like when you're actually in the actually at the office instead of like out in the field?
Sure. So she will get there pretty early. She is still a girl. Well, she's not a girl. She's a woman in a man's world, and she has to continually prove herself in this stupid man's world that has been created. So she does get there really, really early. She's usually the first one at the office. I don't know that they have keys at this point. I'm not sure. It's pretty early on, like before people started being stupid. She'd have a way in. She's always the first one, and I think like her boss has realized she's the first person in, so she would be the one to give keys to, so he doesn't have to be the first person in the door. So she'd already be there, sort of like going through her notes, her photos of what she's seen and taken photos of the day before, or the week, or whatever she's happened to be that particular moment. Usually, she's in the middle of some kind of investigation. So she's probably rewriting her notes. She is really good penmanship, but when she is writing quickly, it's not up to her standards. So she has to continuously rewrite her notes. So that's probably what she's doing right now, is just rewriting and trying to decipher her own chicken scratch. And just waiting for the rest of the idiots to crawl in 2.5 hours after she got there that day.
Okay. So after about 2 or 3 hours, and people are starting to kind of trickle in to work, and you're just kind of diligently working. Somebody comes by and drops a note on your desk, and she says, "Somebody left a message for you, Miss McGowan," and drops it down. It's one of the male boys, one of the younger like interns, and he drops the note on your desk. And he also says, and this was dropped off for you the other day, and I'm sorry we didn't get it to you. You were out in the field. Here you go. And it's just a blank manila envelope with your name on it.
Okay. She will open the envelope first.
Okay. Inside the envelope is a copy of a newspaper. How long have you been in London working?
I would say at this point, probably about 6 months to 8 months.
Okay.
Maybe.
And before that, where were you? Were you in the States working?
Yeah, she's been sort of going back and forth between London and the States,
Okay.
as needed. But yeah, she was there for a little while.
Okay. When you pull out the words, sorry. When you open the manila envelope and you pull it out, it's a copy of an older newspaper from one of the papers that you worked at in the States. And when you look at the date, it's from about 5 or 6 years ago. But you don't recognize it. Like you remember working there, but you don't remember any of the stories that are in this paper.
Is this one of my bylines? Like, is her name on it?
Yes.
Okay, and she has no recollection of writing that piece.
Correct. As you read it, it is very obvious. It's very obvious that it's your voice. This is something that you recognize that you would have written. It's not like somebody else wrote it and put your name on it. Like you can very, very easily tell that this is definitely something that you would have written. The story is about, it was an investigative piece that you had done on rumors of a church that had popped up. It was a really small church, but there were rumors that this wasn't actually a church, that it was actually a cult instead. The whole article is basically you had infiltrated this church as a member. You had gone to several sermons, and after being a member for a while, they actually kind of accepted you into the real church. And as you're kind of reading this, you start to have kind of these flashes of these memories like hitting you, and they're very vague, but you kind of remember like weird things. Like you remember the smell of the church. Like it had like a faint sage smell inside of the church, and that sticks out to you. You don't really remember any of the people that you talked to. Anybody that's mentioned in the paper, you don't really remember them. But it's just like weird things that you remember. Like you remember the scent, you remember the sound of the steps going down into the basement to where their real ritual space was. And as you're kind of reading this article and there's pictures that you had taken, there's an altar in the ritual space of this church that looks very familiar to you. It is very, very similar to the altar that you found in the Mullins basement. And as you're kind of, reading through this and you're getting these like images, you feel this sharp pain on your arm. And when you look down, you see a scar on your left arm, your left forearm, that you don't remember seeing before. But it's an older scar. It looks like it's probably about 6 years old. And you have this flash of being in this basement, in this ritual space, kind of sneaking in so that you can get pictures and kind of look around and snoop for information about this cult. And you remember somebody coming up from behind you and kind of grabbing you and cutting you.
Did I
But
take
again, you
pictures of their face or anything?
You remember seeing green eyes.
Ugh. Like normal green eyes or like glowy green eyes?
Just normal green eyes.
So don't trust it. Okay.
But that is what is in that manila envelope is a copy of this paper from about 6 years ago from the States. There is no return address on it. It actually doesn't even look like it was sent in the mail. It looks like somebody put it in this manila envelope, wrote your name on it, and dropped it off at the paper for you.
Okay. And what does the note say?
The message that you received, Theo, when you need to meet with Charlie, when she's hired you for work and you have something for her, you need to meet with her, what would a typical message from you say?
Typical when I need to drop off a note. It would be a typical message would contain the meeting spot in a code that she would know, but that nobody else would really have a way to know. In this case, meet me in my mom's market.
Okay.
She'd know, she'd be able to tell by the handwriting it was me, because she remembers that. And my mom is the one that, she actually has a better relationship with my mom than I do right now. So,
Moms love me.
yes. Yeah, she would know what market it was. So it would be stuff like that, something that we both we both know, but nobody else would know, especially without context. But keeping it very simple. Getting into overly complex stuff, especially this time of year where the whole Red Scare is happening, the Russian thing, you get too complex, and the anti-spy people, MI6 starts looking at you funny.
So that is what the message says. So you dream you doesn't know what it means.
Okay.
You dream you doesn't recognize it, but like the Charlie in your dream like sees it and immediately like starts getting like grabbing her bag so that she can leave to go to the meet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. Definitely tucking the paper into my bag. And is there anything else, or is it just like a one article on a black backing like kind of thing, like, or is it the whole newspaper?
It is the whole newspaper, and inside of the paper is a notebook. And when you look through the notebook, it is very obviously your notebook. It looks very similar to the one that you kind of keep on you when you're doing a story so that you can take notes. And it is full of notes from like you visiting the church, from you like talking to people, from you like interviewing people that like didn't want to be on record, thoughts and ideas that you have for things that maybe you need to look into. It's basically a typical newspaper or a typical notebook that you would carry when you're investigating a story.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, she'll start on her way to the market meeting place.
I will say you do notice as you're leaving the current date for when this currently is happening is the Friday before you woke up in the day before you woke up in the museum.
Okay. But yeah, she'll start getting ready to go to the meeting place. I'm assuming Mom's Market is probably in this case the museum.
No, this is just a regular market that you typically meet with him. Like if he has like once you've hired him, when he has information for you or like needs to see you, you guys will meet in different places.
Okay. Yeah, she'll head over to the market.
Also, it's also real convenient for me because I have to pick up something for my mom.
Sure.
All right, so you get to this market. You know grab have like a little cart and you're picking up random things like you're a shopper, and then you guys accidentally run into one another. You have hired him to look into someone that was trying to get you to investigate a story. Harold, you had been working with him to kind of figure out the missing people that had in this area, and something that Harold did or said did not sit right with you. So you decided that instead of just kind of confronting him, you would have your old friend, Theo, who is the private investigator, look into him while you just kind of go through the motions and see if maybe he slips up again. Maybe you can kind of catch him in a lie. So that is what Theo has been working on for you. And again, this is the day before the museum. So what type of information would cause Theo to schedule a meet like this with Charlie?
Oh, this well, it would have been it would have been what he hitting this particular weird cultish house where because he had done, I believe Harold had gone to it the previous week, or during he had done it normally. So it was it would be a chance to give her the full briefing on it.
Okay.
And in this particular case, I'd be able to, because it's my mom's market, I know everybody who's here. So I'd be able to spot and make sure that none of that nobody else has made me yet.
Okay.
And I would pass along the information how he, went there with this woman. It was obvious he was using the woman as camouflage, so that everybody was looking at her rather than him. And just brief for that, he appears to be checking out this place a little bit too more seriously than the other stuff he's looked at.
Okay. So do we think we're gonna have to keep him quiet?
He hasn't done anything yet other than be,
An asshole, an idiot,
well,
pain in my ass.
yeah, I don't know.
Or is he stabbing? I don't know.
He's too slick.
Yeah, I don't trust him.
He's too slick. He's you get that he's got that combo of rich, educated, and charming. Nah, there's got to be something wrong with him. You know?
Yeah, because rich and educated people are never actually also decent human beings.
Okay, sometimes they are, but he's also not. But the ones that aren't asking you to look into something that could be dangerous. I don't. I just don't like the guy. I admit it.
I don't like him either.
I don't like little shits like that just acts that are just so perfect.
Yeah, no, fair. I mean, we have just cause to get rid of him, and the cause is that we hate him. But it's good enough for me.
Abernath approves.
Yeah.
Abernath will remember this.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want me to, do you want me to move on him already?
Probably not, but like I have a real bad feeling about this guy. I feel like we're good. I feel like he will end up doing something wrong. It's just a gut feeling that I have. But yeah, just keep an eye on him.
Oh yeah, no, I will. No, I'll be able to keep an eye on him. Near as I can tell, he's not that alert.
Kind of dumb.
What?
I was gonna say, he's kind of dumb.
No, I won't call him dumb, but he doesn't know anything about counter surveillance.
So he's not sneaky.
Yeah, no, he's not stealthy. Yes.
Gotcha.
And he hasn't spotted me. And I even set one of my friends on him to see just how, and my friend made several mistakes and he didn't catch on it. So
Gotcha.
he doesn't really spot hidden things very well.
So basically what you're telling me is that you had me come down and leave work so you could tell me that you have a feeling that he might be doing something shady, but not actual evidence to the fact that he might do so. Do you know how hard I have to work to like get the men to like believe that I'm good at what I do? Like, do you know how hard I have to work? Like, leaving work early doesn't look good. And like, I get there 2.5 hours earlier than everybody else. So maybe, just a thought, maybe the next time you get me to leave work to meet with you, you have a little bit more than a hunch.
No, I had the information that I did pass on about what he was looking at that haunted house. I wanted you to know it before he brought it up to you, just in case. But
fine.
But I accept you probably did need to vent a little bit, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's been a really hard day.
Feel
it's been
better?
a super long day. I feel a little bit better. Yeah.
Okay.
I will feel better if I could. Can you find somebody for me to stab? Yeah.
I hold up a melon.
That sounds great. And she just like pulls out like her hidden knife and just like, ugh! Yeah.
I look over at the grocer and I'll pay for it.
Yeah. I'm just testing for doneness. It's a new way of testing for doneness, or ripeness.
Doneness.
Yeah, we got it. Doneness.
Yeah.
Tapping on it doesn't work anymore. We've realized that doesn't work, so we have to stab through to make sure that it actually does. That it's fully baked, ripened.
Baked. And just a
Fine.
reminder for the people playing along at home, we're all playing well-adjusted, normal people. Every single one of us is playing a well-adjusted, normal person.
Speak for yourself, Quasi. Speak for yourself.
Okay,
So
Quasi.
Sanctuary? What?
at the end of this, you start to, do you head back to work, or what do you do?
Shit to do. Still have shit to do. I still have work to do.
Okay. You get to the front of the newspaper office, and Harold actually stops you. He says, "Oh, I'm so glad that I caught you. I have a way into that museum. So I was hoping we could. They're doing a midnight tour tomorrow. I was hoping that we could go and check it out. There'll be less people. The owner won't be there. We can kind of snoop around a little. What do you think?"
Yeah, that sounds great. What time do you want to meet there?
Oh, well, one second. And he walks over to his car and he pulls out a box and he hands you this box and he says, "I figured we could go, like, you could be my date. My date. My date. It's a cover."
What's in the box, Harold?
A dress.
What I thought might be in the box, Harold.
I just thought you would look really nice wearing it, and we need to keep up appearances. So if you could please wear this dress, I promise it'll fit. I will pick you up and we can go together.
How do you know it'll fit? How do you know my measurements, Harold?
I'm very good at what I do.
A dress.
A dress. Just for appearances. You can bring a bag with your clothes in it, your regular clothes. Keep it in my car. You can change right afterwards.
You know what happened to the last guy that tried to put me in a dress? So throw that out there. All right, fine. I'll meet you there tonight. But you're gonna be paying for this. I'm gonna make sure you paid for this. I mean, you paid for this, which is nice, I guess. But like, you're gonna also like never hear the end of this shit. Just so we're very clear.
Understood.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'll pick you up tomorrow. Like I said, it's a midnight tour. I'll pick you up around 11:30. We can head.
11:30 for a midnight tour? Do you not know how to be on time for anything? Like, do you think we should like maybe be a little earlier than like right on time? Like, what if there's a line? What if the tickets are sold out? What if maybe we should be there a little earlier? Maybe pick like 11 o'clock. And then if we get there early, and then we can just hang out and
I'll be there between 11 and 11:30. I have a meeting before that. So
okay.
And as he walks away, he calls back, "I'm sorry you didn't find what you were looking for at the market." And he gets in his car and he drives away. And that is where you wake up from your dream.
I forgot this is a dream.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely a dream.
I 100% forgot it was a dream for a minute. I thought it was a memory.
No, it is. No, it is a memory, but you had it while you were dreaming.
Yeah. Okay. Son of a bitch. She woke up angry.
Yeah.
Angry. So mad.
When you look at your arm, that scar is there.
Covered in oatmeal.
Yes.
With a telltale handprint that is too big for most humans.
There was also a handwritten note. I did remember. I left a note that said, "I owe you 5 stabs, Barrett."
And she's gonna look at the note. Well, I woke up wanting to stab someone anyway, so I guess that tracks. You think you could do like multiples of 5, maybe?
Your bathroom is clean. He did clean all the oatmeal out of the bathtub, so there is that. You don't have to worry about that.
Nobody fucking picked me up while I was naked. Like, there's a problem with that. That's a problem.
That is a problem. In his defense, though, not that there's a big defense, but in the defense, he did actually grab a towel first.
I know.
I mean, at least it wasn't just like, grabbing. Like, yeah.
I would like to submit, like, as you get out of bed, just like there's a little bit of an outline of you, like from like a ring of crusted oatmeal. Or something like that.
That tracks.
Chalk
You
outline.
have oatmeal on your skin.
There was a lot of oatmeal. They like refreshed the oatmeal at least twice. There was a lot of oatmeal in that bath.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We ate all of our oatmeal rations. Now we have nothing for breakfast. Thank you.
Is
we
this
have-
the morning that she actually wakes up?
I'd say she probably slept through the morning, so it's probably like lunchtime when Charlie wakes up.
Sounds right.
The two of you are out on the deck practicing knots. This is probably around the time that Theo is. Yeah.
We're on the dick.
Well, if it's lunchtime, that means Barrett's asleep in his room.
That's true.
Right. Okay. That's right.
Right.
It's later then. Yeah.
I
She
might
wakes up
be
later in the evening.
practicing that.
Yeah.
Sitting there failing.
Oh, poor sailor is just Michael being like, I shouldn't stop. Hold on.
I got it. Let me
Fuck.
just- this end goes through. No.
Actually, by this point, there would have been a little bell rang as Charlie came out of her room.
Did Charlie start coming out of her room?
Yeah, we did. Well, we would have heard it. Okay. And Thea would have
I'm
picked up a
really got to go check
canteen,
on her.
and grab his flask and walk towards her.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head that way too. Except I'm gonna carry a change of sheets for her bed.
Sorry, did someone put a fucking bell on my door?
Yes, I
You
did.
did.
So
Not it.
So we
Hold
would
on,
so
Seth.
we would know when you woke up, because you weren't going to be feeling good, so that I could offer you either some hair of the dog or some water to rinse out your mouth.
I brought you clean sheets.
We're just trying to be nice. If you want to
Barrett
be
is very
mad,
much on the deck, checking the stars and doing navigation.
yeah.
I'm gonna be mad what? Because I want to be mad.
If you want to be mad, well, who do you want to be mad at?
I don't know, but I have to be mad at someone because right now I did not move my own body from the thing to the thing, and I think I know who did. And because there was a note, and apparently someone is expecting me to stab him, and I'm mad. And I realize if he'd probably do me a favor or whatever, fine. But like,
Okay, you know what? He's a decent guy. And he cut him some slack. Give him he's a guy who probably needs a smile from a girl like you.
are you telling me to smile?
That's
Well-
not the way.
No,
I would like to reiterate that I am on the deck staring at the stars. I am nowhere near this conversation.
Well, I don't want you to
Are you
smile at
telling me
me.
to smile?
I'm not telling you to smile. I'm saying that's what the guy needs, and he was
telling-
being
are you-
nice. Dude,
Yeah.
he was being nice to you, Charlie.
Do you mind, Charlie, if I put these sheets on your bed?
Nope. Go for it.
Okay.
You're not the one I have a problem with right now. Someone told me to smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
I'm trying to ignore that part of this conversation. I'm just gonna Excuse me.
I'm saying that's
No,
what I'm saying. That's what the guy needs. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I know better than that.
Oh, that would be new. That would be new if you weren't telling me what to do, because it's the thing you do all the time. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, you are like notorious for telling me how to do shit and mansplaining to me and telling me what to do, when to do, how to do it. And I mean, do you want to tell me how to be a girl? Do you want to tell me how I should do that next? Because I feel like you're so close to that line, like right there, like stepping over the line.
Well, I mean, yeah. You there are some definite things you can do with makeup, and I mean, dress and stuff like
buddy.
that, and.
I'm
And
sorry.
I think Doc Brian probably could also give you some tips.
I'm sorry. Did you just say I need makeup? Are you saying that I'm not pretty enough without the makeup?
So for Tom's next character,
Is that what you're saying? Is
Nope.
that you think that I would be prettier with makeup and that I should wear a dress because then I'll look like a girl? That's what I'm hearing.
No, trust me, you always look like a girl.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that no matter what I say, you're gonna find fault with it right now.
You're doing a shit job of talking.
Well,
Like,
because I
that's
might
not
as well
my
have some
fault.
fun. Because you're mad. Because you're gonna be mad no matter what I do. So I might as well have some
He's like-
fun.
She's slowly backing him up against the wall of the ship, like
Yep.
against like where.
And he's got this shit-eating grin on his face the
Hey.
He's having a
entire
good
time.
Hey. Charlie, could I talk to you for a second?
You stay there.
Just have a quick question.
You stay right there.
Real quick, I have one question. Did you get dressed, or are you still wearing the towel?
Am I naked?
Are you doing like a little mermaid thing
Oh my
where it's
God.
like you're in like a mast, like wrapped
Yeah, I
around?
totally am. I feel like that actually really tracks. I feel like
Right.
she just want to like found like a belt or something to like put around her waist and just like I didn't even think about that. That's hysterical.
Yeah,
Just
That's
stepped out
amazing, and I love that.
angry way quicker than
Yeah.
she probably
Angry.
could. So.
yeah.
Angry. But yeah,
And-
okay.
And the 6'3" guy is just kind of grinning and just backed up against the wall by this tiny little terror.
Stay fucking put. You stay there.
Yes, dear.
She'll give you a little stab for good measure. And yeah. What do you need?
Oh, do you actually like step in your room and everything?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Thank you.
Here,
I think I got all your sheets cleaned up, but I honestly, I just figured I'd pull you away from that horrible situation for a second.
Oh, is that it? You're just trying to get it cool down. Is that it?
I'm trying to make sure nobody gets stabbed. Who
She
doesn't
just
need-
turns around and walks back out. Like if there's no reason for her to be in here, she's just walking back out.
You do notice the scar on her arm that you didn't notice before, Michael, and it looks very similar to the one that Priscilla had on her palm.
No, wait, that scar that
What scar?
Can I
What are you
see
talking
that?
about?
on your arm?
She'll look at her forearm like, oh, well, that's new. I mean, it's clearly not new. Well-
Dr. Bryn has one like that on her hand.
That's weird. I don't remember that being there. Although I did have a dream about it.
Would you mind if we talked about that dream
About
at
the
some
dream.
point?
Yeah, we can do that. I have somebody to kill though. Can I do
Right,
that first?
right.
I have someone.
I mean, I don't think I could stop you if I tried.
No, you couldn't.
I mean,
Actually.
I've just recently been learning how to throw a punch even, so
Yeah, good.
It's
Good.
not
You can try.
my
If you'd like,
area
but I
of
don't recommend
expertise
it
in any
at
way.
all.
Yeah.
No.
yeah. I'd rather hit a book, as in
Yeah.
read
I'd rather hit
in a library.
that asshole out there. I'd rather hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he tried to tell me that I would look nicer in a dress and makeup,
Yeah.
and how to be a girl.
He also told you to smile.
That part too. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Keep your shovel in that
I
coal.
tried to remove myself from that conversation as quickly as I could.
Yeah, see, you're smart. He's a fucking idiot. Somehow very smart, but also a fucking idiot at the same time. So I think the smartest ones are the biggest idiots.
The smartest
Yeah.
ones.
But he's,
I have
Yeah.
done some dumb things before.
yeah.
So yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, and she'll like quickly go through the events of her dream real quick.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Like the Cliff's Notes version.
Yeah. Can I just kind of internalize what she says and try to, like, in my head, kind of do psychoanalysis
Yeah, sure.
with it? Because I don't want to talk psychology right now.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a tiny.
Extreme success. Hey, something makes sense.
Yeah.
So what
She's a
exactly
tiny,
were you
tiny,
looking to
angry,
figure out?
stabby tomato.
Just trying to see if it was more of a subconscious related dream or if it was an actual memory, something along those lines, seeing if I could piece that together.
Also give me an occult roll.
Okay.
Also, Katie, I forgot to tell you when you jumped in. You can roll to see if you can get some luck back, by the way.
Oh, cool. How do I do that again? Just a luck roll? Normal luck
Yeah.
roll?
Luck roll
And if you
everything.
fail, you get luck. Yeah, if you fail, you get your luck back.
I feel like
I
roll 20 is
fail it?
mocking me now.
Okay.
I mean, you have to have 5 luck, buddy.
I do, but I just gained 3.
I mean,
I-
just means that you're more likely to get it next session.
All right, I'll spend 5 luck.
That's not how that works.
Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry that you have to spend 5 luck out of your 90 luck pool that you have.
If you fail, Katie, roll a
It's a hard
It used to
day for
be.
you.
It's 19 now.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay,
My luck
no,
is not good.
That's pretty bad.
Another reason why I'm not using words as much as possible around Charlie right now.
Hard success?
No.
Ooh,
Why
no.
is that bad? I don't know why it's bad.
That means you don't gain any more luck to have.
Yeah.
Because you rolled under your luck.
Why is that a thing? I don't understand that particular.
So with regaining things like that, the lower the number it gets, the easier it is to get more back. So like mine right now being a 19, I should be able to get more luck back next time we have to do it. It might not be that much. It might take forever to get back to a good spot, but you know.
So you were able to tell that this is actually a memory that was suppressed. Whether or not it was suppressed by Charlie or by other means, like Dr. Burns was, you can't. Oh no, you did. You used luck to pass, right? Okay.
Yes.
This is very similar to what happened to Dr. Byrne and her Egypt memory.
Right.
It is some kind of spell that is starting to dissipate and memories are starting to come back. The scar on her arm was covered under part of the spell. That's why she doesn't remember it. That's why none of you saw it until now. But because the
How
spell
old
is starting,
the star? Can I do the same roll for
I'll just give it to you because you've just recently did all of this.
I
with
was
Dr.
able to
Byrne.
identify. Yeah.
Yeah. Hers is about 6 years old.
6 years. Okay. What were you doing about 6 years ago? I guess.
About 6 years ago, I was working for a newspaper in the States.
And that's kind of where the dream
Yeah.
took place. Yeah.
Well, that's where the
Well,
newspaper.
no, that's
came
where
from.
the newspaper came from.
All right.
6 years ago, yeah. Dream was only what? How long ago is it now that we were at the museum? A couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, maybe a couple months. Yeah.
The flashback within a dream, within a memory, within a dream.
A dream within a dream.
I can go into more detail later if you want me to, but I don't think it was exactly a dream.
You think it was a memory?
Right. I think this green-eyed guy has been messing with all of our memories in some way. And his Dr. Bryn, I keep saying it wrong.
No, it's burn.
It is Byrne?
It is burn.
All right. Dr. Byrne had a similar memory resurface in a very similar way right before a very similar scar happened to be on her hand. So I'm wondering how long it is before this same thing happens to any of the rest of us.
I wonder if it's a coincidence that it was just the women so far.
That is a fair point. Don't know if that's a factor.
Why don't we go ask
not.
Theo and see what he thinks?
I'll let you do that. Currently, I was kind of hoping he could teach me how to fire a handgun, and I don't think angering him is going to help that. At least me angering him is going to help that. So, yeah. Your bed's made though. I can take the rest of the sheets from before. And take care
I
of it.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do you know why he is the way that he is? Because I fucking don't.
There's a reason I researched psychology in college. And
Is he
it's
just a
to try to
broken-
figure out why people are the way they are in general?
Is it mommy issues? I wonder if it's mom. I think it's mommy issues.
Your guess is as good as mine, honestly, at this point. I just
Interesting.
know he likes to drink and pick up women. That's all I've
That
gathered.
sounds like a mom problem, if you ask me. That sounds like he might have some unresolved, like, what is not Oedipus, but the other one, Electra complex issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think there may be some Electra issues. Saying.
Yeah.
Is that why he talks to women the way he talks to women? Or is it just me? Am I the only one? Have you seen the way he talks to other women? Am I the only one he talks to like this? Because this is.
I don't know, I guess you could ask any of the other women on board. Although I don't know if other than you and Dr. Byrne.
The other one woman on
Yeah.
board.
The only other one woman.
No, that I think.
I just see Michael getting more and more uncomfortable with this
Oh
conversation.
yeah. Like I think he's like more and more like I'm putting my foot in my mouth. I need to stop saying words.
She is very, very tiny and very, very angry.
Right.
It has the feeling of like when you're like, I just need to finish this conversation in the video game, and then I can save and go to bed. And like, no matter what you choose, it is just leading down other paths.
Right.
No. I just need to stop. No.
The mission just got 10 minutes longer. Oh, come on. All right.
I just unlocked feminism in 1960s England.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, do you mind tabling the conversation more about dreams till
Sure,
later?
I'm gonna go kill him now. Yeah, I'm gonna go. She's gonna just turn on her heel and go.
I would. Yeah. Okay.
Fucking guy.
Yeah,
This-
Are
after
you gonna get
leave,
pressed?
Michael's gonna leave after.
She's still not.
Okay.
She's just like gonna stick in her like. Because I feel like it's a power move to like not give a shit.
I
She's
feel
not
like
gonna
Michael
do it.
might have mentioned it like on your way out to be like, do you know you're still in?
Yep. I
Okay.
do.
All right. Just making sure.
Yeah,
Um,
fully aware. Are you complaining? Is that what I hear? Are you complaining about it? Because I have
No.
other stabby things that I can find for you if you'd like.
I have no idea where this is going as a conversation.
Fine. No, I have to see a man about a horse. And she goes.
Again, I don't know what that meant either. I'm just gonna take care of the sheet.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
very not dressed, and she's fine with it.
All right. I know that Theo wanted to have a conversation with Charlie, but I don't know. I don't know if now.
I feel like if you want group therapy later, it's going to be really hard if Theo is dead.
I know there's going to be a smaller group.
One of the members of the group is dead. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, I guess his seat
You're muted,
could always
Tom.
have a piece of toast in it. I mean, at the point we're at,
Charlie to smile.
As she stalks out, he's got in one hand a bottle of aspirin. Here, why don't you take this before too long, before the headache hits you? He's gotten rid of the shit-eating
out of
grin.
the room and go the other way.
He's gotten rid of this. He's gotten rid of the shit-eating grin.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a game in here. All fun aside, why don't you take some of a couple of these before the headache hits you?
You know, the headache hit me. The headache hit me a while back when I looked at your face. So
that I expected, but this'll at least help. This'll at least start the headache to go away.
She'll take the aspirin and take it with the hair of the dog situation that he's got in his other hand.
Yep. So the oatmeal seems to have helped.
Yeah. I don't feel like my skin's gonna fall off my body anymore, so that's helpful.
Good.
It's fucking gross, but it's helpful.
You okay? You seem a little more out of sorts than just my normal harassing you get you.
But someone left me out in the sun so long that my skin was gonna fry off. This is not normal.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I was passed out after finally needed that little bit from what Harold's goons did to me to get rid of that completely. So I was passed out. I'm sorry.
Should be sorry.
But it does sound like Barrett, that they all did their best to help you.
Yeah. We're going to circle back to Barrett apparently lifting me naked out of a tub.
You know what? I don't think the guy saw anything because he wasn't quite embarrassed enough when we were talking about it for him to have seen anything. Because
There's the North Star, and if I plot from there,
Danger!
It seems like he was real careful to wrap you up pretty quick, and avert his eyes otherwise.
And you were wearing like an oatmeal skin suit at this point?
Yeah, so I think he probably got you wrapped up before the oatmeal sloughed off you.
I would just like to go before the court to let you know this man does not represent me. And I am not, I did not request his services.
I did not seek representation here.
Nor have I agreed to let this person represent me in a court of law.
On the dick of all places.
This is not below, this is below dick.
Which is where she got burned. Right.
Yeah, this is below dick where the cabins are.
Yes.
Cabins would not be above dick.
Wow.
So are you saying that I am not pretty enough for him to get flustered if he sees me naked? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I don't think he saw you naked because I think he'd be beat red. I think he'd still be beat red if he saw you naked. Okay? I don't think the guy has seen that many women naked to be able to deal with it.
Because he hasn't seen a lot of women, he doesn't know that I am. What are you trying to say about that?
I'm trying to say that if he saw you naked, he'd still be embarrassed and red and not be able to say your name without blushing.
I mean, he's over there really not like trying real hard not to be involved in any conversation by
To
counting
be
the
fair,
stars.
you guys are still below deck where the cabins
Oh,
are.
that's
I am
fair.
above deck
Fair.
staring at the stars. No one has seen Barrett yet.
Yeah.
Barrett has not been part of anything in this conversation. Again, Your Honor, I would like this on the court records.
Listen, I'm just saying. Come on. All kidding aside, you're the one that had to stop me last time when somebody put their hand where they shouldn't. Okay, if Barrett had done something wrong, I would have already gone ape shit. I don't think the guy did. I think the guy was just being a nice guy. And
I don't think that he did anything wrong. I just like I
get
just
it.
feel like
But there's nobody else who could have picked you up. And
you saying wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, buddy.
there's nobody else who could have helped you out of the tub. Okay, Dr. Bryn couldn't have done
There
it.
is no
Michael
help
doesn't
for
have
you
the upper body
anymore.
strength.
There is no hope.
Because I'm so heavy.
I don't pull me into this.
All right, everyone else, turn off your cameras one by one. We're just leaving this.
Abernath is just too creepy to be ever that close. I don't like him on the same boat with you. No, it's
I've only burned down 3 buildings, thank you very much.
he's
And he admits it. All right.
Look, hold on. I just gotta say this because it's funny. Yes, Abernath has burned down only 3 buildings. The bridges that Theo has burned down in this conversation alone rival the buildings that Abernath has burned down.
Oh, it's
Okay,
so
and there
good.
was one murder.
okay.
I'm so here for this shit. Like
Those are good times.
Are we gonna get out of this thing? This
what
trip?
thing? Your whole mess of a conversation here that you're making worse every second that you keep talking?
No, I mean, I know we gotta do whatever we're supposed to do to save the world, and I'm down for that. But are we gonna make it out of this alive?
I mean, you probably won't.
Just promise me you'll let my mom know what happened.
Yeah,
That's always been her fear. That's always been her fear
100%.
that
Mom.
Yeah, I'll let mom know that her son was an idiot and he pissed me off and he was saying that I was fat and that I was ugly and that I looked better in a dress, that I should smile. And she'll understand why I stabbed you to death. She'll get it. She'll completely get it.
she fully expects you to stab me at some point. That's
good.
That's she's always said that after the second time she met you. No, what she doesn't want is me to die in some godforsaken jungle and her never find out what happened to me.
No, I'll make sure she knows. I'll bring your mutilated body back to her. How about that?
Okay, thanks. I mean that.
Yeah. Anytime.
So,
Yeah, I don't think that all of us are going to survive this. Just a thought.
so I asked the other guys, has Abernath always...
Creeped everyone out?
Yes.
Think so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the only one then. Okay. Well, I mean, I know I'm the only one because I talked to the others, but I knew I wasn't. I wanted your opinion because I trust you.
Yeah.
You feel better?
I mean, I did just I don't feel better, but like I feel a little bit better about certain things, but don't feel good about other things. Like I'm a little weirded out about this like dream thing that I had, and I was like, I think it was a memory. I don't know, but you were in it, and Harold was in it. Well, you weren't in it. Harold was in it, but you were the. She'll just relate the dream to him.
Okay. Just out of okay. Okay. Isabeth, do
Yes.
I remember that meeting?
Yes.
Well, that meeting happened. I can remember you being annoyed because you thought it was a silly reason to get together.
And you had to buy a melon that had a stab mark in it, so it was like dripping all over your car.
Yeah, well, that was but no, I ate the melon in the parking lot. That wasn't the first time I've had to.
Oh, that's fair.
Clean up after Charlie's anger.
That's the one thing he didn't prep for is he does have a couple melons in his room. He just forgot to get them when he was getting the aspirin. Yeah,
He
no,
was the reason we have customs now.
yeah. Yeah, the whole the stabbing the melon thing, and that I never got a chance to do the I told you so thing for warning you that he was going to ask you to go to that place. But
oh my god, the fucking dress. Oh my god, just.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I think that's why the goons got the drop on me.
Okay, because of the dress.
Well, yeah, I was.
You were doing so well, buddy.
I just was so.
There was a light at the end of the tunnel.
I was just so
now it's a train.
shocked you got that you were in one.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It. Well, it's you, so you can make anything work. So. This whole. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting into. I'm starting to dig on it again, aren't I? Okay.
I mean, you did okay with like the accent until like you like pull back, give a compliment, but like.
I was. I mean, I don't know. I was probably being cocky. I think that's why the goons got the drop on me. They knew about it, and they knew I was. The guy must have figured out I was following them. At that point, so, that's how they got and they had the drop on me. But yeah, no, that was. Yeah, that I didn't expect. I mean, I'd seen him at the dressmakers before, but he was always buying dresses for the various women he went on dates with. So I didn't put it together that he'd be getting one for you.
Yeah, because I was not going on a date with him. Not really.
Right. Yep. Nope. Yeah. Yes. If I say anything more than just outright agreeing with you, I'm just going to start digging again, and it's dangerous to use a spade on. We're too close to the hull.
Yeah, that's a good plan. To not talk anymore. Yeah.
Okay. So, you think maybe you want some clothes on?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
This is just because my skin hurts a lot still. Okay, and like I don't know. Do we have anything that's like not form fitting? Because everything I have is form fitting. But I swear to God, if you put me in a fucking dress, I will murder you in your sleep tonight.
No. Nope. Hang on. And I duck into my room, and I come out with a soft white cotton t-shirt that is too big for you, but It should be nice. This should be nice and loose and hang down low enough that you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
It shouldn't be form fitting. And it's clean, and it shouldn't bother your thing too much. So I give her one of my t-shirts.
She's gonna try to not think about the fact that that's basically a dress.
You notice he was very careful about not saying it would look like a dress on you.
Yeah. Yeah. She's gonna take it inside her bedroom, and I'm assuming she has like a little sewing kit or something. She'll like sew it into essentially a romper kind of thing. Like rompers didn't exist yet, but she needs it to not be a dress. So she makes like little shorts at the bottom. Yeah, right. And so she'll do a little work on it, and like
a onesie almost.
kind of.
She sews herself into a onesie.
It is a cotton bathing costume.
Yes, that's it.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go. And yeah, she'll make it so she can like, so she like cuts off the sleeves and like makes the like cuts here and like makes ties at the top so that she can take it down when she has to. Because there's no bottom at this point. There's no opening at the bottom anymore because she's just made it into shorts. But yeah, so that's what she's gonna do. No bra, because fuck that shit.
All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to do? If not, we're going to go ahead and end here, and then the next session we'll pick up at docking at the next port.
Yep.
Yeah. The only other things I could think of would be trying to check on her burns, medically speaking, to see how they're doing. And reading up on what Barrett talked to me about, just try to see if I could figure out his thing too. But that's all. Yeah, could be in between sessions.
Yes.
Right? That sounds
yes,
good.
Abernath. There are no antitoxins.
Docking. And, no, I just wanted to know where we were going to be docking. I wasn't going to ask about toxins and if I could throw them overboard.
Cabadello.
I'm
Cabadello
curious
is what you guys decided.
about where the toxins are. Yes.
Not like they're in boxes labeled T. Okay.
Oh.
But yes, you guys chose Cabadello as your docking preference out of the three choices. So that is where you guys are going to be docking next session.
Yeah, after doing the navigation, doing the work thing, Barrett is just heading back down to sleep. If he gets stabbed, he'll get attack stabbed, but he's just gonna live with it at this point.
Dude, I told you I got your back, man. You're all set.
No. I don't even have to be present for that conversation. No, you did not, in fact, have my back. You had my back the way Abernath has my back.
Yeah, and you're best friends with him. I mean,
I'm open about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't murdered anyone important.
Which just means you're due.
All right. Well, between now and next session, anything that you have rolled that you have succeeded on, you can roll to increase those. We're gonna do the level up, so to speak. So you have between now and between next session.
Yeah, you tend to level up that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Next session, we will be at the next stop. They will be renting some cars and taking a road trip, trying to stop some rituals. And yeah, thanks for hanging out and watching with us. I appreciate you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are playing next week.
All right.
all right.
May everyone have the best evening. I hope to see you back next week for another glorious wave of adventure here at the Shadows.
Barrett just wants to help people.
Come back tomorrow
Poor thing.
for Call of Cthulhu.
Yep.
That Andrew is
yeah.
running.
Yes.
So yeah, come back for that tomorrow.
Hopefully, people won't be as threatened by stabbings.
I'm,
Not doing
I'm
it.
not in your game, so
I'm pretty sure that that Christine is going to threaten my character at some point.
I don't know
sensing a
anything about
theme.
that character, but I'm assuming she's right to.
And also, don't forget Tuesday we're doing another Shadowrun one shot.
Yep.
If Tom will run it still.
Yes, I am.
Love it.
All right. Well, everybody have a good night, and we will be back tomorrow, and then Tuesday, and then we will be back with this game on Sunday. So
Same squid time,
Yeah.
same squid channel.
Good evening, everyone.